Hello, and welcome to Crafter's Crazy Obsessions, a channel primarily about cross stitching with a little sprinkling in of all the other crafts I dabble in. My name is Mauricia. I am coming to you from my small town here in Northwest Arkansas, where I live with my family, our two dogs, Baron and Duke, and our bearded dragon, Sir Skellington. So this is going to be my last video of 2025. I'm hoping to have this and my end of year whip parade uploading today. So this video is just to round out December and my plans for 2026. December was a really quick, short time. Aside from getting sick at the beginning of December, I then pulled out my back 5 days before Christmas and have been having extreme just back pains, unable to work for a week, and then irritated it more this week trying to go back into work. I probably should have taken 2 weeks off, but I can't do that, and so I am where I'm at. Like I said earlier in this video, this is going to be a recap of December, a very short recap, and then we're going to move into plans for 2026, and it's going to just very well be a very short video. So let's get started. I only worked on one thing in December, which I don't think I was really shocked that I only worked on one thing. I finished nothing. I only worked on A Nightmare Before Christmas. If you're new, then let me tell you that The Nightmare Before Christmas is a pirated pattern. After researching the company, I realized it wasn't affiliated with Dimensions. Therefore, they didn't have licensing to release this pattern. And I wish places like Etsy and Amazon were more active in pirated material, be that cross stitch patterns, books, more so for books on Amazon than Etsy. But I really wish they were more strict on that to do that. So I'm going to get off my soapbox on pirated books and patterns and art in general, and I'm just going to show you what I worked on. This was my 12 days leading up to Christmas, and unfortunately I don't have a photo of where I was the last time you seen it, which was in December, on like December the 14th or something, and this is where I'm at. I worked on Oogie Boogie, and then I just did an all over whatever thread I was working with. I just worked it till I couldn't work it anymore, and then I went on to a different color. I want to say I did about 1,000 stitches, if we count all of the scattering that I did. I want to say I did about 1,000 stitches on this. I'm not going to count it. It is a printed on fabric. This is on 11 count, so I'm doing 3 over 1, and yeah, that is what's going on that one, and that is really it. All I did on December. So we're going to talk about my 2026 plans and go from there. So I'm going to pull out my planner for 2026. I typically wouldn't use this type of planner, but I was like, I just need a book already done so I don't have to do any of the art. And unfortunately, that being said, I did not. I had to do some finagling and still add Mauricia's crazy touch to it. So this is the Legends Planner. It doesn't fit for crafting, but I am modifying it to work because this will have all my crafting stuff in it. So let's dive on in. I'll just do a quick flip through of what pages look like without showing you some personal information. Okay. So this is the front page with all my information. I just took stickers and just did like a sticker collage. So that's what I did there. I have a lot of stickers, so I was like, I want to use up all my stickers. I do not need that many stickers. So in the front, we have my whips. So I have, oh, I forgot to add my Toad School. I have 53 whips. One from 2017, 3 from 2024. The rest are from 2025. So I have to just write down Toad School, Sal, and then that will be it. And then what I'll use with the rest of the blanks is I'll put in new starts for 2026, and I will have a key. If I finish any of these projects, they will be highlighted in a color to mark that they're finished. If I just so that's how that's gonna go. Okay, then we're gonna move on to my goals. We're gonna start with cross stitching, and then we're gonna move on to all the other things. So my main goal for 2026 is to touch all of my whips. That is my main goal. A goal that I haven't written down, but the main goal for this year is to get 13 of my birthday bash 2025 projects finished. If you're new, if you're new and you're just joining in on my plans video, for 2025, I did 30 projects for turning 30. And I finished in 2025 4 of those projects. And now I have 26 projects left. And half of 26 is 13. So my idea is to finish 13 of those projects. I also have that I would like to finish 3 of the 4 of my eldest whips. And then I'm going to start my HAED Sal. That's another goal. And I want to get at least 6 pages finished. But I'm also thinking I'm going to shoot to try to get the entire thing finished this year. We will see how that goes. If I get at least the 6 done, then I get Battle. I really want Battle. None of the others call to me. I just really want Battle. So you get all the other 11 HAED Sals for 2026. Plus, if you do just the 6, you get all those. But if you get it all completed, you get all of those plus the a chart of your choice. They did give us, we were originally, if you get a page finish, you're originally going to get an Amy Stewart design, original Amy Stewart design. We got it for free, and I don't know. So that is like one of the goals I have going. Another goal is I want to start my Threadwalker saga game, which is from Steph from Wild Fox Stitchery. And I would love to see it get 3/4 of the way finished. And then another goal that I have is I would like to completely finish the finishes from last year. Well, all my finishes. I would love to completely finish all the finishes that I have. And I have 17. No, I have 18 that I haven't completely finished. I just have lost one and I need to find it. I would like to get all those completely finished and just make it a habit as once I finish something, I want to completely finish it or save up to completely finish it, because most of the things I want to finish are kind of sort of there. Like I want to be able to decorate my room with all my art, cross stitch, because though I do sketch, I don't believe that any of my art is worthwhile. My best friend would totally disagree with you. He has 2 pieces that I painted for him. I made him some pride things. Originally, I made one for myself because I really wanted to have that support shown in my room. But I'm not a huge fan of showing my art to people and like having it in my face. But when it comes to cross stitching, I took the time to stitch somebody else's art. And though I made it, it is not a reflection of my art. So that is a huge goal for me, is to get all 18 of those projects and any of the other ones I finished this year finished, completely finished. Off the tangent. Is one, and then I have some milestones that I would like to reach. Black roses, cryptids. I have the visit and the spells and potions. I would like to at least get 1,000 stitches done on those 4. I think they're going to get more than that. But again, this is a written down goals for me. Then I would love to finish the Haunted Library. And once that gets finished, then I'll start the Greenhouse of Oddities. And then when the Greenhouse of Oddities is finished, I'll go on to the next one, which is the Deadly Aquarium. And then go on to the next one, which is the Extraordinary Bird Sow. So I have a lot that I would like to do, because I do like Lola Crow's designs. I just have found in this year, a stitch along is not my friend. Even though I am doing the HAED Sal 2026, I don't know. I will show you when I talk about my plans for January here at the end. The photos and the projects that I'll be working on for January. So, and then I also have a Graveyard Wonder by the Witchy Stitcher. I would love to see that finished as well. Okay, now we're going to go on to quilting and sewing. So first for quilting, I want to finish all my quilt tops. I have that are sewn, that are started. I have 4, I believe. Yeah, I have 4 that I would like to finish. Just the tops. I'm not going to quilt them. I just would like to get those 4 finished. I am going to be quilting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quilts this year. So that is a goal, is to quilt my 5 quilts. With just sewing, I would love to make more project bags, and figure out how to make a pillow out of a cross stitch pattern so that I can do that in the future. Also, another thing I have that is not on this list is to serge all of my fabrics that need to be serged. So I have, behind me is my sewing machine. This is a Juki. Her name is Gertrude. And then my serger is Captain Serge. Very original. It's over there by my bookshelf. So it's not where I can get to it. Like, it's not where I can just turn around and use my sewing table and serge everything. So that is a goal and everything. For knitting, we're moving on to knitting now. For knitting, I have 3 goals. I want to finish a sweater that I've had on the needles for ages. Hopefully my tension is still good. I just have to, like, 2 more inches of the body and then doing like 2 inches, so 4 inches to finish the body, and then I can just do the arms and be done. Then I want to finish a shawl, and I would like to start and finish a couple of socks as gifts. Okay. All right, now we're going to move on to reading. I haven't shared with anybody on this channel about my reading. I am an avid reader. So, welcome to the crazy. My goals are based off of what I currently read. As of right now, at the end of 2025, I've read 237 books. Okay? Last year's goal for this year was reading 150 books because I try to make it where it makes sense for me. Okay? This year, for 2026, I have set the goal for 200 books because that is easily obtained for me. Not everybody reads like I read. I understand that. Making time for it, not everybody can. So I understand that, and for me, my reading goals are just based off of my previous year's performance, and reading is something that I always do regardless of where I'm at. So 200 seems reasonable to me. We will see. This year is the year of reading from my library. In all actuality, physical and digital, I have enough to quote unquote be called a library in my room. Just in my room. If we're counting house, I was way exceeding that a long time ago. So I have some classics that I would like to read, like Pride and Prejudice, Dracula, Frankenstein. I have some classics that I would like to read. Then I would love to read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I would love to read those. Just because I want to read them and then rewatch The Hobbit and watch The Lord of the Rings for the first time. So that is what I'm going to do. Then I have a book that was released back in, was it 2024 or 2020? Yeah, it had to have been 2024. Is For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn. I would love to read that. I started it this year and then I never went back to it. Another author that I want to completely read the series and finish the series is Katie Robert. She has the Wicked Villain series. I read books 1 and 2. I didn't get through 3, 4, 5, or 6, but I have the limited edition ones and the original print. I would like to read all 6 of those, and then I would also like to read all of the Dark Olympus series by Katie Robert. I am not caught up with it. I know there is 3 books, I think. 3? Is it 3? It has to be 3. 3 books left? I don't remember. I think there's 3 books that have been released. 2 to 3 books that have been released that I haven't read. So I am going to do that this year. I'm also going to do what I almost do every year, and that is reread the Breed series by Laura Lee. That is 34 books. She has on our website that the 35th book is coming out. I'm super excited. But again, there's no information on that. There are a couple of characters that I would love to see happen. One that has been on hiatus for a hot minute that I really want to see how her story goes. And because I want to. And then, of course, just a basic idea is to read from my library. I think I've already said that one, but I would like to read more of my physical books than relying on Kindle Unlimited heavily. Granted, that doesn't mean I'm not going to use my Kindle Unlimited, because some of my favorite authors have books that are being released. If you're wondering, or if what I've said, like authors wise, hasn't clued you in the type of books that I like to read, I read primarily romance, unless I tell you otherwise. So I'm trying to branch out of that, but that doesn't mean it's going to change anytime soon. I am hoping to incorporate some reading into this channel, but that doesn't mean I am straying away from my crafting or any other endeavors that I take part in. Excuse me. All right. Okay. So I've been babbling about 27 minutes. I am now going to talk about my January plans. I am partaking in WIPGO for the first time. And the more I thought about it, the more I want to change my WIPGO. Just because some of them are like I kind of want to make it a little bit easier for me to understand, and I want to take off. I don't know yet. I kind of want to take off one, but I'm also like, I want to change it to where it's understandable and relatable on what I want to do. So I do have my 24 projects with the free one, but I'm going to edit that. So in February, when I do a video, because this is going to be the video for January, I'm thinking that I'm just going to tell you about WIPGO when that time comes. But I am going to talk about my WIPGO for this month, the patterns I drew, and my plans for the rest of the month. So, first and foremost, let's talk about my HAED Sal. So I am doing Vanitas still. And there's going to be a photo here, somewhere. And I'm using 25 count I have all Easy Grid. I have everything I need for it except for a project bag. So I'm going to start that this weekend. I'm also going to start this weekend my Threadwalker saga game by Steph by Wild Foxtree. And I am using War charted by Geeks and art by Rebecca Sins. I'm really looking forward to that one. That one is going to be started on 18 count Easy Grid by Zigart. And so on and so forth. I'm also doing a blessing sampler this year. And my blessing sampler is going to be Drama Llama by Bendy Stitchy. Drama Llama sampler by Bendy Stitchy. I'm using all the called for, which is the fabric is Vellum, by Picture This Plus. It's on 36 count. I am using Dinky Dyes, Ocean Pines, and Under the Sea Blues. And I have all that kitted up and ready to go. Sorry, my soda. Then I chose a winter pattern for myself to get. My goal is to get all, like, every season have a pattern chosen for the season. And this season, which is winter, is going to be, again, sorry about the zip. It's going to be Persephone's Garden by Jed X Stitch. I am using Gothic by Picture This Plus. And I'm just going to show you where I'm at currently. This is where I'm at. I think I have 13 stitches. 13 stitches. My goal is to get this finished before March the 22nd, I believe, is when the spring equinox is. No, March the 20th. So I have roughly 2 months and 20 days to finish this. So, if you, sorry, a little bit about this pattern, fabric, or what I'm using, because I did a conversion. Where is my needle? Did my needle fall? Oh, I bet you it did. I'm gonna have to find it. Okay, whatever. So I am doing the conversion from Pirate and Robin, and I'm really excited about this. So I have the Pirate and Robin conversion. It will be linked down below for you. Everything I talk about will be linked down below if I remember, and I'm going to remember. So there's that. This is housed in my anatomy bag by Swirly Stitches, I believe. Swirly Stitches on Etsy. I hate tassels because they fall off. Okay. So then we have my almost permanent WIPGO to not pools. Hold on, let me go get the rest of them. I forgot one. Right. All right, for WIPGO, the numbers were 2 and 7. So for number 2, I have Shenanigans by Forbidden Fiber Co. Okay, so originally, if I'm editing how I have my WIPGO, I'm going to try to get 1,000 stitches into this for this WIPGO. So here's where I'm at. So I want to get 1,000 stitches into this. This is from Forbidden Fiber Co. This was a mystery box a couple years ago, and I never finished it. So that's where I'm at on that one. And that is 28 count cashel linen, 3/2. For number 7, it is the U of A logo. This was by Personal Designs. I don't remember. I don't have it linked. But this is the Arkansas Razorback. I have this for, I have to touch it for 3 days, and that's roughly 300 to 400 stitches a day. So that will put us at 1,200 stitches. Or 900 to 1,200 stitches, depending on where I'm at on that. So that is that. And I think that is it. I think that those are pretty much a well-rounded amount of projects. If I decide to do anything else, you'll see it in February for a January roundup. My blessing sampler, I'm going to start and finish in January. That is my big goal. I would like to see my HAED Sal for 2026 get at least 240 stitches a day, to weekly stitches being, I can tell you if I do that and do some math real quick. 1,700 stitches. I would like to see that happen. And go from there. We will see how it goes. And of course, get some work done on Persephone's garden. So until next time, I will see you when I see you. Remember to take some time for your loved ones and doing the things you love. Bye.